Good Monday, everyone. So there's some big news out of CFG Merchant Solutions this morning that we published on our website. So hopefully you saw that. If you didn't, I'm going to talk about that, what it means, what it is, and in the response to the Texas law that was passed recently in the last couple of months, that's going into effect on September 1st. So talk about that, what the law is, some of the main key points anyway, what CFG is doing, how some people are responding, and I'm going to discuss what I've talked about with some other funders and even brokers, what their concerns are, a little bit more. All right, so let's get to it. This was this morning. CFG Merchant Solutions is excited to announce the launch of a brand new loan product, a significant step in our ongoing mission to provide everyday working capital. They're going to begin this on September 1st. Okay, it's going to be a structured fixed term installment based loan. Same customer first approach, streamlined process for the partners and clients. More details to follow. Okay, so stay tuned to their website and their LinkedIn account. They have a good company page on their LinkedIn. So represents an exciting opportunity, and I think this hits a key point here that it's an opportunity. I think the way you look at things with this law. So if you don't know, let's fill you in on a couple of things. This new HB 700 law was signed by the Texas Governor Abbott June 21st, as we wrote about, and it's going to go into September 1st, into effect September 1st for much of it, at least the key restrictions or policies in regards to the law about sales-based financing transactions. So this is MCAs, revenue-based financing, sales-based financing, as it's also referred to in other states like I believe Virginia. And what it does is it restricts a couple of things like auto debits, right? Unless you have a validly perfected security interest, a UCC, just the first lien doesn't suffice. So talk to your attorneys about that. I'm going to defer to the attorneys on that. Brokers don't have to register until December of 2026. Okay. But it standardizes disclosures, including the financed amount, the amount dispersed, the charges, repayments, any applicable fees, broker compensation, penalties, and more. Violations are serious. So if you are going to continue to fund and you violate this and you're caught, $10,000 per violation. I don't think many people want to mess around with that. And so with that, and we wrote about it when it first popped up in May or maybe even before that in April, that things are going to change if this passes. And so back here, you can see it was referred to. If you want to read the whole bill, you can feel free. It's on our website in the blog section. Just search Texas, and you'll get to it. But it was really a partisan bill that was brought up, and the vote for yay was Republican 71, Democrat 27, excuse me. And it was just a unique situation. So let's get to a few things. So first, CFG's kind of first mover advantage, almost if you will, in this case. They're the first company that I am aware of as far as a revenue-based financing company to announce a new product offering, but I don't think they're going to be the last. So you have companies that I've talked to that are just in, public knowledge, even that you see, kind of discussing things in the forums or on different social media or just in person, that they may be offering a new product. If they aren't going to be able to find a workaround, at least in the short, at least, yeah, in the short term or this quickly to find a workaround to get it in compliance by September 1st, then maybe offering a new product is the quicker way to do things. You just gotta get your legal team in order to offer a term loan product that is going to work. And that way, your partners, your brokers, your merchants can still come to you. And if they can qualify for this new product, then great. You're not losing out on too much in Texas. Other things that people are doing are waiting and see, right? Or they're getting into compliance. So they're having their attorneys hard at work to figure out, okay, how to get in compliance with the basically the perfected security interest part of it, the auto debits, right? So if you're not one of the lucky that are exempt, right? So there's a couple companies out there that are exempt if they are under a bank, right? If they're a subsidiary or if they're some part of a bank holding company, credit union, federal credit union, out-of-state credit union, or any subsidiary or affiliate of those financial institutions, they are exempt. So those companies will be proceeding, and I've talked to a couple that are, in fact, under a bank as a subsidiary. So they'll be, and you might know who those are and anything else that you need to do. So there are going to be some of those. So now you have new products, you have people that are going to get in compliance, you have a couple people that are exempt, and then you have the people that I've talked to specifically, even some that I saw at our mixer just last week or 2 weeks ago, um, that they are kind of sitting back. They're gonna, wait and see what others are doing, maybe be able to model it. Then they have some of the um, things already done, ahead of time to where, okay, now we can see what other companies are doing, what has to be really done. And now even the attorneys that are working on that, maybe they're more experienced into what's done, what's being done. And now they can work that much faster if they bring on a new funder as a client that can streamline the paperwork, the legal documents that they need in order to be doing sales-based transactions in Texas. But I have a feeling you're going to see only some of that early on. It'll take a little bit of time to get that in order. I don't know who's going to beat the September 1st deadline. So now it becomes, do you offer a loan product? And if you do, is it going to be able to be done by September 1st as well? All right. So I think we've hit on the key points of what the law is. Again, talk to your attorneys. Now, also what other companies are doing. And then one thing that even we talked about here is that, and on this page you can see some of the other states that have put in sales-based financing or MCA or revenue-based financing, commercial financing under one umbrella laws, including New York, California, Connecticut, Virginia, even state of Florida and Georgia as well. Now, as I kind of mentioned, this kind of speeds up innovation, right? People are working quickly to meet the state's requirements, the law HB 700's requirements. What does that do? Even if it doesn't go, as quickly as getting in something into place by September 1st, it'll eventually happen that people will, catch up to what needs to be done to be in under the state's requirements, and that'll eventually be done. So now you have an innovation aspect of this that, okay, people aren't just quitting. They're not just going to not fund Texas for the long term. Maybe in the short term, they'll see what happens, figure it out, but businesses will figure it out. It's just be more difficult. Who does that benefit? Hopefully, the end user, which are the business owners, entrepreneurs, small business owners, so they don't lose that much of access to working capital in the long term, right? And I think everyone's better for that. And then, as for those that stay on the sidelines, they're kind of giving up Texas for now, and then they'll see what they can do, right? So now we have this first move, CFG Merchant Solutions. I give them a lot of credit for getting something done, and we'll see how the rollout goes. I anticipate it'll be good. Um, and if you have something that's in the works, something that's going to be that's going to be put out there soon, let me know. Be happy to talk to you about it on video, in a press release, in a blog, whatever it may be. One last thing before I go is that people have, since this bill was passed, people have asked me, and others have talked about what is next, right? For other states, we know that in the last 3 to 5 years, there's been commercial financing laws that have gone into place all around the country, as I mentioned a few states earlier. Is there any appetite for this type of law or these specific restrictions within the law overall for other states? Not yet, nothing concrete yet. There was some possible movement in a neighboring state, but right now, I don't think people should worry too much, although other states are moving forward with commercial financing bills. So we can only hope, and I know, I speak for myself, but being part of the RBFC, there is, consistent effort with staying on top of what's going on in other states. So if there is anything that pops up, they would be a good resource to talk to, anyone from the RBFC, and I'll be happy to help. So if you do have information that you want to share about your company, what you're doing for efforts for loan products in the state of Texas, let me know. Otherwise, you're in right now, you're safe maybe for the rest of 2025, safe as far as any other laws going into effect, or it doesn't look to be anything that would go into effect that's going to be as um, much of a restriction as Texas to effect. But stay tuned to our blog, our newsletter. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now, and then I'll see you in the next video.